So I've been thinking between this episode and the last episode that I keep giving off the impression that I'm really bad at this game, which I'm not really proving. So from now on, I'm going to stop saying I'm shit at this game and just say I'm okay at this game. So it kind of covers both bases, because if I'm doing badly, then I said, well, I didn't say I was that great at the game, and if I'm doing well, then I can surprise myself. Well, I wouldn't really be surprising myself as much as I'd be surprising you though. So in the last episode, we did beat Augsburg 3-0, who were only 5th in the table, which meant that we leapfrogged them in the league to put us only 1 place and 3 points below the Champions League spots. After defeating Augsburg, we faced Freiburg away, and Freiburg are struggling to stay out of the drop zone. And with defending like this, I mean, it is amazing that they're not in the drop zone. But Andre Hahn did give us a 1-0 lead after 6 minutes before Ibrahima Traore scored a free kick in the second half to make it 2-0. Freiburg did pull a goal back after 68 minutes, and at this point of the game I was thinking to myself, here we go, we're going to lose the lead. But Lars Stindl did make sure the points in the 81st minute by making it 3-1 with a shot from the edge of the box, which actually pushed us up to 4th place in the league. Eintracht Frankfurt were the last team to play us before the winter break, and we played them at home, and they decided to adopt a 5-4-1 formation. I mean, you're pretty much saying that you're going to lose to us anyway. But we took the initiative and we took the lead after 5 minutes, Lars Stindl stealing in at the front post to give us a 1-0 lead, before Danny Ings further proved why I brought him to Gladbach by running straight through the middle and making it 2-0. A well-worked move by my team gave us a 3-0 lead, and Christoph Kramer got on the end of it this time to slot it home, and Frankfurt were pretty much beaten by half time. And before you think that we just gave up after the second half, no. We made it 4-0, and Danny Ings this time got in the end of a well-worked move to slot it home, and Frankfurt were pretty much thrashed. And that actually sent us up to 3rd in the league. But as I said, Frankfurt were the last team we played before the winter break, and there was quite a bit of transfer activity in between the Frankfurt game and the Hoffenheim game. So we ended up selling one of our better players to Bayern Munich, and Andre Hahn has gone for 24 million with fees rising up to 30 million. And I mean, I think I've got quite a good deal there for a player who's probably going to be on the bench, and I think he knows it. But thankfully, Andre Hahn was the only big name player to leave the club, and we ended up bringing in 2 big name players as well, I would say myself. And the first of the 2 big name players was Adrien Rabiot, and he's joined us from PSG on loan for the rest of the season. And unfortunately, I forgot to put a future fee in his transfer deal, so I can't really get him on the cheap at the end of the season if he performs well. I mean, I literally had one job and I still managed to fuck that up. But he wasn't the only signing I had to make, and this signing actually came out of the blue because Fabian Johnson managed to get injured against Hoffenheim, and he's out for the rest of the season, and probably the start of next season as well. So I went out and splashed the cash on Denis Cheryshev, and he's joined us from Villarreal for 19.5 million, and he can play on the left side of midfield. Now, we were very close to signing Robbie Brady from Norwich, till Norwich wanted 14 million for him, and Robbie Brady himself wanted 80 grand a week. You play in the Championship, Robbie. I mean, you're not going to get 80 grand at my club. I mean, what is this? Burnley all over again? But yeah, thankfully, those were the only 3 transfers that happened during the winter break, which means that we now move back into the summary and summarise what happened against Hoffenheim and Werder Bremen. 2 teams I really should be beating. Now, I know I've just said that we should be beating Hoffenheim, but Hoffenheim were 4th in the league and only behind me on goal difference. So, I mean, it was pretty fortunate that we took the lead through Patrick Herrmann, who was replacing Andre Hahn, who had obviously gone to Bayern Munich. But yeah, we ended up conceding twice in quick succession, either side of half time, which made us lose 2-1. I know, I can already sense this bottle job coming. Just before the Werder Bremen game, I hired a data analyst to give me a more in-depth scouting report, and he actually told me that the player to exploit in the next game was Nicholas Moisander. Now, I put my team to exploit him, and he ended up scoring an 85th minute winner. Brilliant. But yeah, Wolfsburg is the game that we're going to be focusing on this episode, and they were actually above us in the table only 4 games ago, and now they're below us in 8th, and we have dropped down to 6th. So, I mean, this is brilliant. But as you can see from the table is that if we win, we could end up back in the top 4 if results go our way. And if we lose, we are going to plummet down the table. In more shocking news, the board offered me a new contract in December. A 2-year extension on the deal I already have. And, I mean, I'm not a desperate I've already accepted it. What's more shocking, the fact that Borussia Monchengladbach offered me a contract extension or my game face. I mean, I don't even have brown hair, so why did I select that at the start? So here's the team sheet for the 11 I've picked out to play against Wolfsburg at home, and we're going to be adopting a 4-3-3 formation. Now, if you want to know what the team is, you can pause the video because I'm not going to go through it because I'm taking too long in this video to actually get to the actual game. But yeah, Denis Cheryshev and Adrian Rabiot also make their first starts on the series. And, well, that's it. I mean, I'll put Danny Ings up front as well. I should point out before the game actually starts that Wolfsburg have lost their last 4 games in the Bundesliga, and I've lost my last 2. So I would put my money on a score draw. I mean, I know the result as well, so I don't know why I've said that. Wow, what a first 15 minutes that was. It's literally passed me by. Oh, finally, we actually have a highlight in this game. I mean, I thought I was going to go through this whole entire match without actually saying anything. Oh, so that highlight's come to nothing, so back to the waiting game again. Herman's on the wing here, and it's Danny Ings in the middle. It's 1-0. Danny Ings scores again. I mean, this guy won't stop scoring. I don't know what to do. Why is my voice so high? Yeah, so Danny Ings has put us 1-0 up, which means we're going to win the league now, and we're going to win the Champions League, even though I have to re-qualify for the Champions League, because I've already been knocked out of it this season. But I'll win it next season. I mean, this entire series is probably going to last about 2 seasons at this rate. I mean, there's literally no point me bragging about anything, because I just end up with pie on my face. I mean, what the hell is Jan Sommer doing? Oh, great. So it's 1-1 at half-time against Wolfsburg, a team that have lost their last 4 games. I mean, forget the fact we lost 2 in a row before this, but we should be beating this lot easily. Okay, we're still drawing 1-1 with 20 minutes to go, so we're going to make some substitutions. And I may have just realised that the 2 players that I'm subbing are the 2 players I've just signed. I mean, well done, Proudie. You've just signed a player for 20 million who you're going to just sub off after 70 minutes. I mean, this is last chance saloon, and literally because there's been so few chances this game, I don't think there's going to be any more after this. And it's Danilo over the free kick, and it's over the bar, and it's going to end up 1-1, and the score draw, which I said at the start of the game. I mean, I've just spoiled the game before the game started. I mean, what a truly dreadful game to show you on the video. And the stats also show what a truly shit game I picked out as well. It's alright, like next episode I'll probably be top of the league somehow.
It's Chico time.